I can't think of a single soul that says, I want to create mediocre work. We all desire to create great work, I think. As creators, we see a whole world filled with possibilities, seemingly infinite, if you ask me. Conversely, we know the power of constraints. If anything, when we reflect on our experiences, we know constraints breed creativity. However, when it's time to create, we find it hard to start. We're faced with two choices: abundance or constraints. As creators, we live in a world with a plethora of options. We're open and aware, knowing inspiration can come from anywhere and seemingly nowhere, not to be confused with nowhere, Oklahoma. And yet, too many possibilities have the potential to overwhelm us and even paralyze us, stopping us in our tracks. Enter constraints. Whether time, money, scope, energy, or willpower, we feel boxed in at the moment we need freedom and choice in a sea of possibilities. Yet, we've all been there. The clock is ticking. We masterfully and somehow magically get it done. Yes. But not without the feeling that it wasn't quite everything we could give. On one side, we gawk at the possibilities and never getting anything done. And on the other side, under external constraints, we feel incomplete. And therein lies the dilemma, the creator's dilemma. Characterized by the following: 1. A grand vision. 2. A vision of goals needed to achieve that vision. 3. An understanding of the expected challenges of realizing that vision. 4. A step-by-step plan to start on that vision. 5. A lot of coffee breaks. 6. Checking social media for new notifications from a post you uploaded several weeks ago. 7. Checking that other social media app you just created an account for. 8. Looking at the clock and asking, where did the time go? So, how do we make clear of the unclear? Make sense out of nonsense? Certain out of the uncertain? Coherent out of the incoherent? How do we skip over this idea of the creator's dilemma? Honestly, we can't. It's just one of those, the only way over is through. It's not abundance or constraint, but abundance and constraint.
See, when we're in a bind or have a constraint, we have an innate ability to see all the possibilities within the box that's been created, which feels seemingly endless. Yet, the closer we look for the next steps, the more complex getting to those possibilities become, encouraging us to place further constraints until, poof, conjure up a result.
Like liminality, lean into it. Lean into the possibilities. This isn't just meditation, but true mind-body awareness. Get used to finding, honing, and listening to your inner voice so you can spot the creator's dilemma whenever it arises. I find a way through one or a combination of the following ways. 1. Find flow. Follow your bliss here. There's no wrong action. Do what feels right and don't judge yourself for it. Or at least until you, 2. Find feedback. Practically speaking, thoughtfully explore here. Whether it's Pinterest, YouTube, or nature, the feedback we're looking for here is anything that strikes up an emotion. It can be inciting or inspiring. This gives us something to respond to, a lighthouse, so to say. Lastly, 3. Find failure. Ask yourself, what's the next action I can take? And take it until you fail. And you can fail into feedback or you can fail into flow again. The most important part is to continue to take action and think less of the creator's dilemma as a dilemma and more of a creator's dance.